Hey guys, welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys, so I know you can see the balloons in the background because yes, we are back to celebrate 100,000 subscribers with you guys today. Now, I wanted to figure out a special way to do it, and I know I've talked about this in a few of my other pre-records, but we came up with the best way. I have a ton of my favorite, creators and collaborators, but of course we can only fit so many into one live. So I picked a few of my top favorites that were available, and I think you guys are going to be surprised for one hell of a lineup. Not only do we have DJ Richie Sky and the Sky Squad, we have Emily D. Baker, the #1 legal commentator on YouTube, Zach Peter, who we all know and love, and Dana Wilkie, $25,000 sunglasses, on top of Jason and I hosting an amazing live to not only celebrate 100K and this major milestone, but also to talk about some of our favorite Bravo scandals. But before we jump into that, we will be going live on Jason's channel, Down with Jason, at 11 a.m. to recap the Real Housewives of Miami. So hopefully you guys can join us for that. If you can't catch the replay, leave a comment. We see them all. Now, that's not what we're back to talk about. We're actually back to talk about the fact that Andy Cohen is explaining, or at least addressing, the rumor that Jen Shah was fired over comments about Jenny Wynn's post. Plus, we're hearing that producers are still casting for season 3, even while they're filming Salt Lake City currently. This is going to be the second week of filming for the new season. There's a lot. So we have all the details and more. But before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it's no secret that Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 3 is kicking off with a bang. There's a lot to be addressed, and we don't know what the future of Salt Lake City holds as of right now. But one thing that was in question was, is Jen Shah going to be fired? Is Jen Shah going to be kicked off of the show? I couldn't imagine where they would actually eliminate Jen Shah from the show, because the way that they picked up filming so quick, it reminded me of Beverly Hills. Normally the women get a little bit of a grace period in between, but for this situation, since there's a huge scandal attached to it, I would imagine that Bravo and the network, they all made the executive decision to be like, you know what, as soon as we wrap the reunion, we're going to pick up filming and we're going to make sure we catch every step of the way of everything going on with Jen Shah on camera. Everyone is watching right now, waiting to see exactly what's going to happen. And Bravo knows that that's going to give them good ratings. Honestly, at this point, I'm wondering if they gave her the pay to match, because this is going to be a lot. I mean, her family is going to, it's all going to be documented, televised. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be heavy. It's definitely not your cotton candy drama. And we saw the same thing with Beverly Hills. That's what I was saying with Erica Girardi. After they wrapped the reunion, Bravo cameras picked right back up because they wanted to see how Erica was going to continue to navigate this divorce, her lawsuits, and get back into a new life, get adjusted to a life that's not as opulent as the one that she once lived. Going from spending $40,000 to $50,000 a month on glam, clothes, designer, whatever, to having a more modest lifestyle, which is still even more lavish and luxurious than most people live. I think people are wanting to see, how are you going to navigate this? How are you going to do this? But a fan asked Jen via direct message if she was returning to season 3 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and Jen responded, "I was until I posted tonight regarding Jenny's anti-BLM post." Okay. And then after that, we know that, many fans are running wild with speculation, and they believe that Jen may have gotten in hot water with Bravo because she named Jenny directly in her statement, while the rest of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast did not. However, Andy Cohen later cleared the air and insisted that the network has not fired Jen. One fan messaged Andy and said, "If you fired Jen for posting about Jenny, ... It's like, whoa. And he replied, "We didn't." Okay, so leave it at that. Meanwhile, sources say that Bravo is still actively casting for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City amid filming season 3 already. And a source told DeuxMoi, "My boss was just contacted on Instagram by the casting director of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and they said that they are still casting and looking for diverse women." Hot tea. Now, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City casting on Instagram also confirmed the rumors, telling DeuxMoi, yes, we are still looking for some additional women. Okay, they even gave an email, which is RHOSLC casting at ShedProd, which is shedproductions.com, or you can DM at RHOSLC_casting. All right. I have questions. Now, going into filming season 3, what does this mean for the women? And who can they potentially bring in that's going to have this big of an impact? Like, if we have Mary Cosby, who technically has said, I'm not confirmed to have quit, I'm not confirmed to have been fired, but if we lose her, we're realizing more and more what she adds to the cast. It's an ensemble cast. So you need all of these big, vibrant personalities, these over-the-top women. And if they're not over the top, 9 times out of 10, they don't make for great reality TV, which is not the worst thing. We've seen housewives in the past who have not been the most exciting on the shows, but I'm sure they're great mothers, they're great daughters, sisters, wives, whatever the case is. It just means that you're not great for reality TV. I wouldn't be great for reality TV. So I get it, okay? But my problem here is, if in fact, Jen, if this does end up being her last season, and we for sure don't get Mary back, who are we going to run the show with? Because as of right now, Jenny's fate hasn't even been determined on the show. Will she be able to just address the comments that she made and they won't fire her? But if that's the case, will people boycott the franchise? Or will they fire her? And that's potentially 3 women down, which we don't know because Jen is still very much so a part of the show. But I'm saying worst case scenario, we lose the 3, then we have Meredith Marks, Lisa Barlow, Whitney Rose, and Heather Gay. That's not enough, and nothing against those women. I think that they're all amazing. It's not enough to run a show. I even talked about this in our live recap last night when we saw, Real Housewives of New York last season, and they tried to run with 5 women, and that was an absolute disaster. I mean, there were many other factors that went into it being the worst rated season of the franchise. But at the end of the day, I have a feeling it was partially because we didn't have a huge cast. Pan over to Orange County, it's a massive cast. Miami, massive cast. Beverly Hills, same thing. We need at least 7 to 9 women. We have to, because they all add something different. And if there is a point where it's not the most exciting, at least you have some filler moments with fun family. It keeps our interest. But guys, I don't want to know, or just give you my thoughts on this. I want to know what you think. So go ahead and comment below. What do you think about Andy confirming Jen is not fired and still currently casting for season 3? Do you think this season's going to be better than season 1 and 2? Or could we begin to be going down the rabbit hole? I don't know. By the way, we were indirectly mentioned on Watch What Happens Live last night. Technically referenced, nobody mentioned the channel, but that's okay. At this point, I'm used to it. I love you guys. Go ahead and comment below. Don't forget to smash that like button, and I'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.